Why would Google ever downgrade? Well, there are two options, really. One more interesting than the other.
Ha! Nice! Right?
Welcome back to Need to Know. This year, one major player is about to hit the escape button in Battle Flagship. Google. Everything points to a very strange Pixel 5, one that will break all the Flagship rules. In what way? Well, what features come up with Flagship territory? The latest hardware and sophisticated software, right? Latest chip, biggest RAM, outstanding camera modules, and beautiful design and screen. Samsung did it, Huawei and Apple are next, and if the past is any indication, Google too. Only a shocking camera app teardown is pointing to the opposite. Pixel 5 and Pixel 5 XL, also codenamed Bramble and Redfin, appear with a Snapdragon 765 chip, the second best from Qualcomm, right before the 865 came out. Why would they ever downgrade, choosing a lesser chip? What's the catch? Well, there are two answers, really. On one hand, Google doesn't need the latest Qualcomm chip. Although, let me tell you, the 765 is at least 30% weaker, if not more, than the 865. And if you're thinking of 5G, the previous chip supports it too. The other answer, and the one that really intrigues me, is that it's a strategic move. Google is actually doing it on purpose. Why? Because in the long run, this setup is going to win them more points and maybe even more money from sales. With a Pixel 5 that's not a mid-ranger but not a flagship either, Google can market it as an affordable premium. A smartphone that's almost as good as the S20 and the iPhone 12, but not quite. At a friendlier price too. The price range will also help them not compete directly with Samsung, Apple, or even Huawei. And why would Google keep fighting them? They haven't managed to dethrone either of them, and guys, they're the makers of Android. However, Google Pixel's strong suit was and remains camera software. If they keep that up, it might be enough to overlook the choice of chip. It also won't hurt the much lower price. I mean, we're looking at $500, $600. That's a bit more than the mid-ranger Pixel 4a, but less than the iPhone 12. When compared to Samsung Galaxy S20, it's half the price. Quite tempting, right? Especially since you're still gonna get at least a dual, if not a triple lens camera on the back. An ultra-wide is more than welcome right now. There's talk about reverse charging and 3D face unlock, even if it's gonna mean the return of the upper bezel. With the Soli radar around, there's no going around it. In fact, design-wise, Pixel 4a might be better looking than the Pixel 5. The leaks so far have shown thinner bezels with a punch-hole camera on the Pixel 4a, while Pixel 5 still sports a big black band on the top. Why the difference? Because the mid-ranger coming this May can afford to have a fingerprint sensor on the back. An almost flagship can't give up on face unlock. Not in today's mobile industry. The camera module on the back will also draw a very visible line between the two Pixel phones. You won't mistake one for the other. While the 4a will keep the square module, the Pixel 5 will put its cameras in U-frame. Can't say I love the design, but I wasn't a particular fan of the iPhone 11 stove, and it's still sold. So, what do I know? If you're debating what Pixel to go for this year, let me help. In a nutshell, you'll love 5 things about Pixel 4a. The design, the headphone jack, the rumored telephoto camera, and the $400 price. Go for Pixel 5 and you'll dig the triple camera, fingers crossed, with top-notch software, the 3D face unlock, and the price point. Keep in mind though, Pixel 5 is coming in October, so there's still time for surprises and changes. If we're right, however, is Pixel 5 gonna have a place in your pocket? And if not, what can it do to get your vote again? Tell us in the comments, and don't forget, subscribe and hit the bell button if you want to see more videos like this. See you guys!